The market races higher as the bears get squeezed. Have they lost their teeth? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the most immediate five-wave path needing to stay under 37.27 and see a pullback. Otherwise, we would have to convert it to a wave 3 or C, and that's what happened as the market raced higher over 3,800, taking out some key levels along the way. It took out that 37.77 level we talked about yesterday, which is a good indicator that the bulls may be trying to put a bottom in place here. The question is it a true bottom or a temporary bottom? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the race higher yesterday, we still need a wave 4 and 5 from the bulls, but we do have a good start to a potential reversal off the bottom. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and as you can see, we got the straight up move here from the bulls. And they did take out that key 37.77 level, but we don't have a wave 4 and 5 yet. There wasn't really much of a pullback at all today. One right about here for about 20 points, but it really wasn't deep enough. So what we'd like to see, the most bullish thing we can see right now is a pullback, and we would want it to hit at least 37.56, but we would much rather it come back to 37.25 to 3,700 in that region to give us a wave 4, and then come back and take out the high. If it does that, we have a pretty strong 5 waves up off of the low, and we have to start considering the bulls are trying to take back the market at that point. So that is the most immediate bullish potential that we have, is a straight pullback here and then a move higher. The bears, okay, are kind of getting a little bit stuck here because this move up went through the 50% retrace of a wave 4 for the standard move down that we have. So for this 3 and this 4 to come back up, that 37.77 level was the 50% retrace, and they blew well through that. And when that happens, it's very unlikely for that wave 5 to complete after that. So what is the bearish potential for the next low? It would basically be that this one here would actually come over here off of this high, and then this 2 would come up here, and you'd have 1, 2, 3 down, okay? Then you'd have wave 4 up, and it did hit near the 382 retrace of that at 3802, and it can go as high as 3873, and even up into this wave 1 right here. Once it gets into this wave 1, it invalidates unless it's going to complete as a diagonal, and so we need to watch for that as well. However, I do have a lot of issues with this count. Number one, the move off the all-time highs is corrective. It's an ABC, and the C wave is a diagonal, which means that this move down in wave 5, okay, this bigger wave 5 here, should be an ABC. So I can't see it as a 1, 2, 3. So I have some issues with it there. I also have issues with the fact that the NASDAQ has a clear 3-wave move off of this top here, which makes it very hard for this to be a wave 1 on the ES as well, because typically, not always, but typically they trade in step, and you want to see them congruent in what they're doing and following each other. So there's a lot of issues with this being 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 down, but it is a possibility. You know, we can always have our count wrong. There can always be nuances to the count. So we are keeping track of that as the bearish potential for an immediate move lower. The next bearish potential would be a large ABC off of this low up to about 4,200, okay, which would be a B wave, because remember, it's possible that this is just the A wave down. Then we get a B wave retrace up to that 4,200 plus area, and then we would see a C wave down from there to complete the ABC off of the highs. Now, here's my issue with that count. The all-time high, okay, if it is a super cycle completion that's giving us an ABC correction down, all right, it would be super cycle wave 3. So we would be looking for a very big ABC, which is what this would look like. However, that wave 3 in that super cycle missed its target. And typically, in Elliott Wave, when a wave 3 misses its target, very often in wave 4, you get an expanded flat where the B wave goes back up and hits the target, okay, which would be the 5,000 area, and then comes back down in a C wave toward this area or even a little bit lower than that. So if we're going to do that, it is very possible we could see that expanded flat B wave up and then a nasty C wave down from 5,000 to about the, well, 3,500 to 3,000 area in a very quick manner. So those are my issues with the bearish counts right now, and at least for the immediately move lower and the ABC higher. The bulls, my issue is they need a 4 and 5. We don't have a 5-wave structure off the low, and we don't have a pullback and then a takeout of that 5-wave structure, which are things that we really want to see to give us a strong confirmation that the bottom is in. So what we're looking for, guys, ultimately is we're looking for a pullback in 4 and a move back up in 5 to give us 5 up off of the lows. Then we're looking for another pullback that holds bigger support, deeper support, and then we're looking for a charge higher from the bulls after that that would take out this high. Okay? For the bears, they need to keep it under this wave 1 low at 38. It's about 38.81. Okay? They need to keep it under that. If they're going to do that, if that count's going to play out, and they need to charge down in this wave 5, where this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. The other issue I have, by the way, on this is they only hit the 1382 here. Typically, all of wave 3 should hit down around the 1618, which would be 3450. So this would be more of a 3 of 3 instead of a all of wave 3. And if that's the case, this bounce is problematic for a 3 of 3 because it's too high. So a lot of issues for the bears on this bounce, but they do have a potential immediate move down in 5 here. They would need that to play out overnight here and hold it under this wave 1 low. All right, so over on the NASDAQ, you have a very similar setup as you would expect, okay? But up here at the top of the NASDAQ, this is a very clear 3-wave move down, okay? So you can't even count this as an impulsive move, which you would need to count this as a wave 1. So I have a hard time believing that this is a wave 1-2 setup. However, if that is true, okay, they did bounce it back up to the 382 of this move higher, or this move lower. So they bounced it back up of the 382 there, which was about the 11,696 region, and they've started to pull back off of that. We would hope that the bears can hold this 11,504 down to 11,311 region for a wave 4, and then push back higher for a wave 5 to give us 5 up off the lows, which would be, again, a very bullish thing for us to see and a very good indication that the bulls are trying to put in a bottom right here and make a reversal in the market. So they need to hold it under this wave 1. The bears do under this wave 1 at 11,912. Exceeding that would invalidate this 1, 2, 3 count that we're looking at right here. And the bulls need to hold the support level, make a 5th wave up, pull back into deeper support, and then come back and take out this wave 5 high. And that would be a very strong indication that they're trying to put in a bottom right here. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com, okay? There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the web page. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend any money. You can cancel at any time. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my buy and sell alerts, all of my real-time market updates, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading, as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a small price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's why we give you that 7-day free trial so you can check it out before you spend your money. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, what better time to get in here than today when we have all of these different paths and we can give you the real-time updates of what we're looking at. All right, key takeaways for today. We have some options. We want to see a 4 and 5 from the bulls, so we'd like them to hold that 3,700 area, and anywhere above that up to 3,756 would be a valid wave 4 pullback, and then see a 5th wave higher above the wave 3 high. Then from there, we'd want to see a bigger pullback into support and a takeout of that wave 5 high. For the bears, they do have a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they would be looking for a 5 down towards 3450 to 3400 to complete that move down. However, that path does not strike me as very likely, but I won't argue with price if they do follow that path. And then we could also see that bigger ABC bounce that could turn into an expanded flat out of here back toward the all-time highs that I mentioned earlier. Over on the NASDAQ, similar type of setup. We have a potential 3-wave move up where we'd want a 4 and 5 to complete that move. We'd want wave 4 to hold the 11,311 up to 11,504 area and then come back and take out the wave 3 high to give us 5 up. Then a deeper pullback and a takeout of that wave 5 high for a very bullish setup off of the lows. The bears have a potential wave 4 and 5 coming down towards the 10,400 to 10,000 area to complete the move down. Or we could see a larger ABC up that could turn into an expanded flat. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.